This is Paul DeMarco with the Alabama Trails Foundation. Today we're with Amy Camp, the author of Deciding on Trails. She's with us today. We had a Trails Town conference and wanted to talk to you about your book and outdoor recreation around the nation. What are you seeing when it comes to outdoor recreation? And you're from Pennsylvania. What are some of the projects you are working on in Pennsylvania, what you're seeing across the nation?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania and beyond, I'm seeing a huge interest in outdoor recreation, right? It's part of a $1 trillion outdoor economy. And the good news for trails is that trails take us into the outdoors. And so there's a lot of attention being put on trails, and for good reason. And one of the things I'm seeing is the emphasis on connectivity, connecting trails into communities, connecting trails to each other to create longer trail networks. And so connectivity becomes really important, and using trails not only for recreation but as part of daily life to get from place to place. And so I'm seeing sort of like a connection between active transportation and trails. So that's some of what I'm seeing. Also, I think and talk a lot about rail trails, but there's a huge growing interest in mountain biking and gravel cycling, which uses trails. So as one of the connectors, and just trail use in general. People were getting really into the outdoors, obviously during COVID, and there's been a continued interest in getting outside.
What do you see? We talked about economic development, outdoor recreation, and then towns and communities themselves. What do cities and towns, and it doesn't have to be a long trail, even a shorter trail or parks, to kind of position themselves to take advantage of tourism when it comes to outdoor recreation?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but the kind of place that I like to visit is the same kind of place that most people like to live. And so I think communities, whenever they take the approach of making quality of life improvements, small business owners opening and expanding businesses that are the kinds of place that locals like to frequent and enjoy, and those also happen to be the kinds of places that benefit visiting trail users, it's a win for everybody. So I think some of the strongest and best trail communities that I encounter are ones that are just really working on vibrancy, quality of life, and trails and outdoor recreation are a part of that equation.
So if we wanted to visit some of these towns around the country, and you've talked about, to use as examples, to go visit and say, hey, this is really a great model. Give us some communities around the country that you say, hey, they're doing it right, and that we could go visit and kind of use as models for our trail towns here in Alabama.
Yeah, great. So I first started working in trails on the Great Allegheny Passage in western Pennsylvania and western Maryland. I would encourage you to go ride the Gap, or check out parts of the Gap. Places like Ohiopyle and Connellsville and Frostburg are really doing interesting things to connect to the trail and to serve trail users. I really love Travelers Rest, South Carolina, along the Swamp Rabbit Trail. That's a great example. And I love the High Trestle Trail in Iowa. And it's a really great example of communities that have built their place identity around the High Trestle Trail. So those are a few examples from around the country.
And I know even closer to home here in Alabama, you talked about in Mississippi, trails in New Albany, Mississippi as well.
Yeah, New Albany, great little community, lovely downtown area, and the Tanglefoot Trail really literally drops you right into downtown New Albany with a beautiful archway welcoming you into town. The local library has a bike share so that local families can borrow bikes and bike trailers and get their kids out onto the trail, and they're also embracing the river. So good stuff happening there as well.
And then you talked about Damascus, Virginia.
Trailtown, USA. Yeah, Damascus has the Virginia Creeper Trail, it has the Appalachian Trail, and some other trails coming through the area. And I think they have something like 5 outfitters that are benefiting from the Virginia Creeper Trail, and they are shuttling people. They're renting bikes, shuttling people up the mountain, and then they have a nice easy ride back down the mountain. That trail has been impacted by Helene, but they really have figured out in Damascus how to connect to the Creeper Trail and make it a part of their identity.
Well, that's great. Thank you, Amy, for being with us today with the Alabama Trails Foundation.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.